Hello and welcome to Orlit. In this video, I'll walk you through on form design, messaging, as well as form processing. Forms are used to collect information from your customers. So to create a form, you come here to products and then you click on attribute sets. Attribute sets is the collection of form fields grouped together. So this is like a grouping of your individual attributes that forms your form or that makes up your form. So we put in the name of the form. We can call this then you fill the description of the form of the attribute set, and then you fill the description of the attribute set. And the next thing is to pick the attribute set type. So we are creating a form. So the attribute set type that we'll pick here is a form. So this tells Orlit that the attributes that you are creating will be used for form instead of stock or general. So we click on form and then we submit. And so after this is done, the next thing is to go to attributes. Attributes are the individual fields that make up a form. So we click new attributes, and then we pick the attribute set that we created earlier, which is the grouping of all the attributes. Say Black Friday. Then we have name. For this field of name, this is where you put in a simple word, like a short word. Make it as short as possible. So for example, let's say you want to collect name, the name of the person filling the form. Here you can just type in name, make it as short as possible. Then display text is where you can now put in your long text. This is where you can type in your long questions. And then the next thing is data type. So when you are creating a form, you must pick the data type, and this determines what kind of information that the user can enter. Here we are asking for the user's name, so the data type has to be of name. And also, the reason why we want to pick data type of name is because when you are designing the form, you can use the field type of name to personalize the message so that each of your customers, when they will be getting a response from you later, they get a response with their name attached to it. So once you pick this, then for required field, this is the field that they have to fill. This is the field that has to be filled before they can submit. So if you want to make it compulsory for them to enter their name or to fill in their name before they can submit the form, then you make it required. And then options are for single select lists as well as multiple selection lists as well. For default value, for example, if the field is required and you want to show an example of what your customer should input in, then you put in the default value here. So here we submit. And then I'm going to go ahead to create another attribute, still on the attribute set. Data type here will be your phone number because we are collecting their phone number. Here we can put the default value that we want them to. Then submit. Another example, we want to collect email address. Data type will be of email address. Email address. Submit. Let's say we want to ask for the agenda. This will be a single selection list. It means that you want them to pick just one of the options that will be provided. That's a single selection list. And then we can also make it required if we want them to fill the field before they submit. But if not, we would leave it deactivated. And here is where we put the options for the single selection list that your customers will pick. So the gender, email, I'm going to create one more. Here we pick a data type of multi-selection lists because we want them to pick at least one of the options provided. If the response that you're expecting is a file, you can also click on the data type of file. The file size limit is restricted, but the file size is restricted to 2 megabytes. Also, if you want a data type field of date, of color, of money, of name, of number, of number is, for example, if you're asking for age, so you can put in data type of number. You also have data type of true or false and data type of text if you want them to have, if the response that you are expecting is a long text. So here I'm picking a multi-selection list because I want to receive at least or more than one response. And then I can say so when you're done with this, you submit. And so now we've created the fields in our form. And the next thing is to come here to forms. Okay, before we come to form, let's go back to attributes. I want to show us. So these are the fields that we have in our form. And also, if you want to rearrange it, you can just drag and drop. If the first thing that you want to be on the form is the name, followed by the gender, then the email address, and the information you want, as well as phone number. So you can see you can rearrange the form, you can drag and drop for which of the form fields that you want to receive first. Here you can drag and drop. So we are done with that. The next thing is to go to forms. Once the attributes are created, then we can build forms using those attributes. So we come here to forms. Then we click new form. Then we pick the name of our form. Description. And also for anonymous, it means that users can fill the form without logging in. Once it is enabled, it means that your users can submit the form. Your users can submit the form without having to log in. But if it is deactivated, it means that before your users can submit, after filling the form, they have to log in. For editable, once it is active, it means that your users can save the form and continue later. End dates. It defines when the form will stop accepting responses. Data groups are pages of your form. So you can have two data groups here. It means that your form will have two pages. If you have three data groups, it means that your form will have three pages. So let's assume that you want to collect so let's assume that you want to collect biodata and also you want to collect qualification details from your users. Then you create a form for biodata, and then you create a form where they submit their qualification details. And each of this form will be pages that your users will see. So once you click on this empty space here, you can see the list of form. So this serves as the first page, and if you click on it again, this serves as the second page. Once we are done with this, then we would submit. So the next thing is, once we submit, the next thing is to click on view messages. This is the message that your customers will get when after they filled this form. So as you click on this, you can see you already have a message connector already and the message template. So this is the message connector saying that this message will be sent after the form is submitted. And you can see the fields as well as the message that your customers will get when they fill the form. So we do not have any message. That's why there's nothing here. So to create a new message, all you have to do is click on this message, this plus icon here. And then we want to create a new message. So put in the name. And then we pick the sender and the subject of the mail. Also, you can personalize the subject of the mail by picking the name field here. And that is why I said earlier that it is important that you had the name and the email field in your forms, because this name will be used as contacts later on. So you can pick the name field here and add it to the subject. So that way, just scroll here and click this, you'll be able to see this arrow. And then what you do next is to click on this arrow and you see here. So here you get and you see here. So once the recipient gets the mail, they would get a thank you and their name attached to it as well. And for the recipients, that is the people that will get the response. So you can see the drop down. Once I click on recipients, you see the drop down, which shows the field of the email. That is all the people that filled the form, the email address of all the people that filled the form. will be here. And also you can type in the email address manually as well by clicking this. Just type it in and you can see, so you can also type it in as well. And after that, the next thing is if you have attachments to send to add to the mail, you can select attachments and add it to the mail. Then also this is where you now design the message of the content of the message that they will be receiving. So here you just say, also here as well, you can add the name. Just scroll here, click on this arrow. You can see it's there. Um, Add a button and on ordered lists or ordered lists. You can undo your texts. You can also add links as well. You can add videos as well. You can insert video as well. And you can also type in HTML as well. You can see here. So that's just all you have to do. Type in HTML as well. And you can change your font size as well. And you can change the type of the font as well here. And so once you are done designing the message to your taste, to what you want it to be, then you click on the submit button here. So this completes the process of the form creation. We have created attribute sets. We have form fields, which are attributes. And also we have created a form template as will be. The next thing is field form. This is where you see the here is where you see the list of people that has filled your form. You see the fields of the form, and you also see the submission. You can also see more details about it here. You see the name of the form, the last update of the form, as well as the user that filled the form. And if you have more records of people that has filled the form, you can also download the form as a CSV file. So once you click on download here, it downloads the form into your system. You can click on it, you open your Excel, and you see and you get the details of the. And with that, we have come to the end of this video. I've been able to show you how you can design your form, how you can come up with your message templates, design your message templates, that is the response that your customers will get, how you can see all your field forms, as well as download the field forms as a CSV file into your system. Thank you.